Hello, Zaniacs! Welcome back to Zaniac TV. I'm your host, Zane, and today we're going to be talking about the Week 6 affixes of Tyrannical, Raging, Explosives, and Prideful. If anyone has any questions, I do stream live on Twitch 4 days a week. I also offer Mythic Plus analytics and coaching through Patreon. Alright, trivia question. If last week was fortified, that means this week is...
Tyrannical?
That's right, Tyrannical. This is Tyrannical week, which means bosses now deal a lot more damage and have a lot more health. Bosses are going to take a long time, so you're going to see mechanics that you're just not used to seeing when it's fortified. You're going to want to make sure that you coordinate with your group on these bosses, so that way you're able to down them within a reasonable time and not prolonging them. Plus, make sure you do the dreadful mechanics. Yes, mechanics. These bosses are going to be a lot more tough because of all the health they have. However, on the positive note, the trash is just going to die really quickly. So you no longer have to deal with excessively hard trash mobs, and you'll be able to push through everything much quicker, so that way you can save majority of your time on the bosses. However, wiping on a boss is going to be a lot more detrimental to your timer than if you were to wipe on trash. So be very careful here and make sure that you push through all of the Tyrannical bosses properly, your group comp is competent, and you're able to do the mechanics on every single boss. For example, we had 2 shamans in our group. They both knew that there was going to be a fear on this first boss, and they were able to drop their tremor totem at the perfect time. They knew their mechanics. On fortified, we don't always get the fear because we're able to kill it so fast, but this time they were able to get rid of the fear, which made it very helpful, and we were able to down this boss. It was still a long time because it is Tyrannical, but mechanics overall. Raging is pretty simple. When an enemy gets to low health, they gain an enrage damage buff. Well, there's 2 options here. One is you bring a druid, hunter, or rogue to disenrage them, or you just do a little bit of extra kiting, pop a defensive. On most trash packs, especially since it's Tyrannical and not fortified, I barely even noticed. We also had a hunter that was tranquilizing shotting them, so it was helpful. Some dungeons already have trash mobs that have enrage, so now it is possible for them to double enrage. So you're definitely going to want to bring a hunter, druid, or rogue in dungeons like Halls of Atonement and the other side. On harder trash packs like this here, you're going to want to kill one at a time, because either you have a disenrager, or even if you don't want them both enraged at the same time. Be cautious of enrage, look out for it, but overall, just trust in your group to disenrage it. If not, just be ready with those extra defensives. Explosives. 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 Why am I saying explosives so much? Because you're probably going to be saying that in chat the entire time. You have to kill the explosives. Explosives are the highest priority over anything else in this week. We failed a timer because we wiped on the second boss because we missed explosives. Explosives deal so much damage, and they're so easy to fix. All you have to do is target them and hit them. That's it. Everybody's responsible for explosives. The tank, the healer, and all 3 damage dealers are responsible for explosives. Explosives spawn next to anything. It could be an ad on a boss. It could be the shade from the second boss of Mist. It could be any trash mob. Explosives will spawn from anything, and if they're not killed very quickly, they will explode, dealing damage to everybody. The most important thing is trying to get these explosives done. They have to be single targeted. I used a single tiger palm on them, and it killed them. They're really not that difficult to kill. Just the biggest thing is you can't miss them. Some can be very far away on a caster ad or just an ad that comes in from the boss, or they could just spawn right next to you. You gotta switch the explosive as quickly as you can, because that's most likely what's going to get your group. Be sure to focus on the explosives. You are able to line of sight the explosives, but I wouldn't rely on that. It's just better to just kill them. So how does all this affect Prideful? Well, you don't have to worry about raging for Prideful, but for Tyrannical, you're going to want to try to line up Prideful with certain bosses as opposed to certain ads. So you might have to change some of your routes. Like when I do Spires of Ascension, I want to get Prideful for the second boss, so I do a slight adjustment with my route that way. But when it comes to explosions, they don't actually generate explosions, but if there are any trash packs up while Prideful is going, you're going to want to make sure you get those explosions off. Alright, so the bosses and dungeons to watch out for this week. In Necrotic Wake, Blightbone and Amarath? I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name. It's going to be something you're going to watch out for. Blightbone is kind of tough on Tyrannical, plus both of them have ads, which means you'll get more explosions. Spires of Ascension, Ventinax is kind of tough on Tyrannical, so you're going to want to watch out for that. You're going to get a lot of extra black orbs because the fight just lasts longer. In Sanguine Depths, Executor Tarvold is very tough on Tyrannical. With the explosions now, you have to kill the ad and the explosions. It's going to be tough. In Halls of Atonement, Echelon is definitely a mechanic heavy. You want to make sure you get all of the ads every time, even at 1%. Plus, all of the ads also have a chance of spawning explosions. Mist of Trina's Scythe, Mistcaller is the one we did wipe on because we missed the explosions. They do come out in the mirror images. Make sure you get a range on those because they can spawn at all of those. And Trevoa will also be very mechanically heavy, has a lot of health, plus all of the ads will spawn explosions. In the other side, Hakar is already a tough boss. He's just going to be tougher on Tyrannical. And for tanks, Muzala is going to hit you a lot harder during the early phases. In Plaguefall, Margrave's Stradama will last a much longer time, plus all of the ads will have a chance of spawning explosions. And in Theater of Pain, Gorechop is much harder for tanks on Tyrannical, plus they add extra ads.
And let me guess, more Dretha.
Yeah, how'd you know?
Because you warn us about her every week.
Well, yes, but think about it this way. It's Tyrannical, therefore she lasts longer, plus with all of the ads that she spawns, that's even more explosions. So we're going to have to dodge the cows, dodge the extra ads, kill the extra ads while killing explosions. And as a tank, that Scythe is magic damage, so not very easy of a fight. But you know what? You guys got this. Just push those keys, time those keys. You got this. What are your thoughts on these affixes? Feel free to leave a comment down below and let us know what you think. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you everyone and have a great key week.